Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to talk to you about Live Nation, the Astroworld Festival tragedy. And my name is Kate, and I am here with you today with Andrew and Hannah.
So our first slide here is the background of the company Live Nation, who was generally one of the two people involved. They are known as the world's leading live entertainment company. There is not much competition for them. They produce about 40,000 shows a year and over 100 festivals. Of course, this is pre-COVID. They were easily able to sell 450 to 500 million tickets yearly as well. They are a multi-billion-dollar company. In the third quarter for 2021, they reported $2.7 billion revenue, and that's only for one quarter. So the initial Astroworld event ended with 8 people passing away, dying. They were trampled, and 100 or hundreds injured. This was unfortunately not an isolated event. Live Nation has been stopped by OSHA and has been in trouble on more than one occasion and has been connected with almost 200 deaths and over 700 injuries. Among the Astroworld event, there were 2 that in the past couple of years that were very popular and very well known. The first one would be the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, where there was a suicide bomber. And the second one was actually a shooting at the Route 91 Harvest County Music Festival in Las Vegas. And that was when an individual was in a hotel across the street and perched up and was shooting people from his hotel room. Less known events also include in 2011, when a stage collapsed in Indiana, there were 7 people killed and 7 were injured. In 2013, a staff member actually suffered brain injury and was hospitalized because a forklift tipped over a booth that he was in. He was in critical condition. A lot of OSHA's reports showed that there were multiple violations in the past.
So for the key stakeholders and the key players, we have Live Nation and Travis Scott, who is the co-founder, who's actually the founder of the music festival Astroworld. And Live Nation and Travis Scott have the biggest impact in what happened with this event. The stakeholders that are also involved, aside from the key players that I just mentioned, Live Nation and Travis Scott, are the 50,000 paying festival attendees, as well as the people who broke in, and the family of the injured and killed, as well as the event staff, which ranges from security staff to front gate staff, as well as bartending and vendors.
So the events start with the announcement of the festival in late April. And then that was through Travis Scott's social media. And tickets went on sale in early May, and all 100,000 tickets were sold in 30 minutes. City officials reduced the event capacity to 100,000 to 50,000 for safety. And then Travis Scott posted the lineup of performers right about 10 days before the festival started with the caption, "P.S. show is sold out, but I finessed a bit more for y'all." This was like the first indication that it was going to be overcrowded.
So the day of the event, thousands of fans were reported to have stampeded through the festival barricades earlier on in the day. And then 30 minutes prior to the countdown, when Scott was about to take stage, it triggered a surge of people rushing to the stage, which wound up causing people to be stampeded, and the people who passed away from asphyxiation. And we have that the following day, Travis Scott, Astroworld Festival, and NRG Park issued official statements on their respective social media accounts, the Twitter account specifically. And on November 8th, which was Monday after the event, Live Nation issued their official statement on their social media account. And then we have that in March of 2022, Travis Scott launches Project Heal, which is launched for helping create more safe live event spaces for concert attendees. And it's been speculated that this is kind of a PR stunt. So this is very notable.
So starting with Live Nation, I'm going to dive into their strengths. Live Nation virtually has no competition. They are 100% globally the largest live music or live show producer. They have the leading and management companies with the highest number of artists that they currently work with. Their roster for employees is over 40,000 individuals. They have 100 managers, and they, like I said, work with about 500 artists. In 2019, they were able to sell 450 million tickets, which is the largest and highest amount than any of their competitors. They use a database that is also very beneficial for their partnerships in advertisement. These databases collect information from their fans and their preferences, so that way they can really target the right audience. And not only do the audience have a more pleasurable viewing, but the people in the partnerships will make a higher revenue as well. They also have a very wide range of talent. They work with people that are as big named as Travis Scott, and they also work with other people that have just started their careers. So they give a lot of different talents opportunities. So the weaknesses, given that they are working with live production, COVID definitely impacted their revenue. More people began to invest in live venues, and with Live Nation only doing these, it was hard for them to maintain a steady cash flow. The business runs into the issues as well with cancellations. When, let's say, there's an emergency, whether it's the talent or for whatever reason something needs to be canceled, unfortunately, Live Nation does give a full refund for all of their issues or for their fan bases as well. So that can be also large, substantial amounts of money that they lose. Opportunities. So first, they ideally want to grow their leadership staff with more people in charge. They're able to definitely expand and have a little bit more of a control of what's going on in their company. This will also help create more opportunities for shows, sell more tickets. Live Nation also wants to invest in technology to improve ticketing, advertisement, and mobile platforms. Being able to upgrade this will give it a little bit more easier access for their clientele, and will also allow more brands to connect with their fan base more efficiently. Live Nation believes that increasing the aspects of their business will allow the increase in stock value for their shareholders, which of course is something that everyone that is investing definitely wants. Investing money back into the company is a longer term investment for Live Nation, and it will help strengthen the core of their values and the initial any problems that they've probably had, so that a strong foundation can help with expansion. Live Nation also intends to do this with producing more live shows, which will enlarge their customer fan base and have a little bit more of a diverse opportunity to reach more people. Having a more diverse portfolio will definitely create a better presence in the industry. So the threats. The market of live entertainment is constantly changing. Market prices are constantly fluctuating, and this makes it very tricky when foreign currencies. Live Nation does minimal work with any high inflationary countries, so that way they don't lose too much money, because one day if there's a big jump or something changes and that's the day that they're exchanging the money, they definitely have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in the past.
So dating back to 2015, Scott has been fined twice for his concerts for disorderly conduct. This points to his riot-esque concerts and his promotion of that. Also, concerts were already controversial at the time because coming back from COVID, people did not agree with the large gatherings, and for him to hold an event like this and then for people to get injured on top of that was very bad for his public image. So that's why he needs PR. His first attempt at PR was Project Heal, which was a $5 million campaign to promote concert safety. And people really saw right through this. And it was kind of like not the best attempt at saving his name. But yeah, that's all on Project Heal. And then for research, there isn't that much research conducted due to the recency of the event. But so most information comes straight from news sources from around the time of the event and what's been looked into since then. We were able to find 2 scholarly articles about it that it was mentioned in. The first comes from Elaine Aney, who published a scholarly journal exploring Scott's court appearances and her expectations for what he would be dealing with in court. A lot about disorderly conduct and what they would be looking into regarding his past with the past allegations of disorderly conduct. And then there's also Madison Lee's paper, which wasn't completely about Astroworld, but it was one of the key points. It explored the failures and successes of concerts and also the logistical aspects. In this paper, Astroworld was the most recent of the failed festivals that were explored.
So for our critical analysis, we really felt that the strategies and tactics that were used to protect the attendees of the festival were inadequate. We really felt that Live Nation really didn't properly allocate the correct resources to staff the festival at the capacity it should have, based on the earned media it gained and also based on the monetary power they wield. And we also believe that, the stampeding of the security barricades by thousands of fans still took place despite the increased police presence. And because of that, the crowd surge affected more people than it initially would have prior to fans breaking in. And this is a really big issue because Live Nation really seemed like they weren't taking into consideration the safety of their concert attendees, their festival attendees. And as Hannah said, they are the largest live entertainment company. So prioritizing that is really critical. So we really feel that as a company, Live Nation needs to step up the way they are prioritizing making their events safe for their festival goers, because those are the primary stakeholders that are affected by these events. And we also, for what we would have done differently, we wanted to make sure that the crisis management plans that were given out to the staff prior to the event also include how to handle issues that are specific to crowd surge incidents or overcrowding or, mosh pits or someone falling, being stampeded, trampled, so on and so forth. We also would require that all staff, even security, bartending, shirt vendors, food vendors, they would have adequate safety training and show documentation of the completion of this training to Live Nation prior to being permitted access to the festival grounds, no matter where the event is taking place. And also vetting all the outsourced staffing companies that are used, specifically the security staff, making sure that they're adequately prepared for incidents that could, result in mass casualties, which is what occurred here at this event, and making sure that they're adequately staffed and prepared for possible, breaking and entering through, stampeding the security barricades. They did increase the police presence, but that really didn't seem like it did much for the situation and preventing what happened, because their response time overall was about 40 minutes before they stopped the music when people started, reporting injuries and people getting, trampled and killed. And we also would guarantee that Live Nation releases their official statements regarding any incident or at their events via their official website, in addition to sharing their thoughts on social media, because in this event, they did not explicitly have anything on their website to indicate their response to this event. There's nothing, if you go and look it up, it's really hard to actually find their response unless you go on their social media and you're scrolling through their page, like you casually. For our discussion questions, we have here, knowing what Live Nation knew about the tickets selling out, the demand, and the sheer number of people involved, what could they have done better to prepare for Astroworld?
Also, who do you believe is more at fault, the performer Travis Scott or the promoter Live Nation?
Our third question is, how much did Travis Scott's reputation for condoning aggressive crowds impact the way crisis management handled the situation?
And here we have our references. Thank you for joining us today. Have a great summer.
Thank you.